guys, it's me, Matsimus. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. So today it's going to be a bit of an advice video. A lot of people have been asking me questions lately about what is their first posting or unit, I guess, allocation going to be like. You've done a lot of training, and if you're watching this video, you're probably aware that training is not exactly the easiest thing when it comes to going into any military force initially, but you've worked hard and you've got where you need to be. If you're watching this and you're not part of the military and you're about to go into it, take heed as well, because you will take these points away with you once you complete your training. So those of you who are about to go into your first unit, these are the kind of things you want to be thinking about. And let's start with number one, meshing into that family. Remember that the field army, and specifically the army I'll focus on today, because I really don't know much about ships or flights from the RAF or Marines. The Marines is very similar kind of ethos. But you need to mesh well with that family unit. A lot of people say, oh, I feel like they're just a clique. I first get to my unit, everybody's in this clique, they're all in their own groups and I don't feel involved and they kind of shun me. That's what the military is about. We have sections, we have, troops, we have platoons, we have companies. They all have integrally their own little kind of cliques or their own little sort of units that they stick to. But it's easy to get involved with them. It's easy to mesh with them if you know what you're doing. The best way to do it is communication. Speak to people. Listen to what they're telling you to do. Don't be abrasive. Don't be recluse. Don't shut yourself in because you think they're a clique or they're like, shunning you away. They're probably not. They're just wary of new people coming in. You've just come out of training, so you should know pretty much most of the stuff you need to know. But there's always going to be the times when you don't. And that's where you ask questions. Ask questions all the time. And that's going to help you involve yourself with talking to those individuals in that unit, in that what you perceive to be clique. And break the walls down and kind of get you meshed into them better. It's really important when you get to your first unit to mesh well with them. They don't fake it though. They'll see right through your fakeness. Don't pretend to be their friends. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm trying to say is involve yourself with their activities at the same as you are. For instance, PT is a great thing, physical training. If you see guys going to the gym every day after work, you can pop by and just say, hey, do you mind if I just come to the gym here, like hang out, spot one another, go for a run, whatever it may be. They could be like, get stuffed, I don't want to know you. But at least you're trying. It's extremely unlikely you're going to have people in the military that's going to do that to you. They're probably going to be like, hell yeah, man, let's go for a run, let's go for a sprint, whatever it may be. That's the kind of attitude you want to have. Get involved with people, see what they're doing, and hang out with them, and mesh. You want to mesh so you can kind of get, into the swing of things with the unit. Another great way of hanging out and kind of meshing well with the unit is, well, the military is a big advocate for, the messes, which is basically where we go after work to drink. Now, I'm not telling you to drink, but what I am telling you to do is, hang out with people after work. Don't go straight home and start playing video games back at the block, shacks, rooms, whatever it may be. Hang out with people after work. Go for a drive. Go get a takeaway. Go for a meal. Do something that is outside your normal work routine. Because if you just go straight back to the shacks, crawl up in bed and go to bed every night, it's not doing well for that meshing, that, integral teamwork. And that's what you want to have when you first get your unit. You want to be a part of that team really as quickly as you possibly can, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. As I mentioned, don't force it. Don't go to the smoking area, budge your way in there and just start talking to everybody randomly. They're going to be like, who the heck is this guy? Start small, okay? Ask questions, get involved with those who are training you. You may be trained, but you still probably have a lot more to learn until you actually get fully, set up for whatever role you're doing. So communication is really important with that. Just ask tons of questions and listen to what they're telling you, and just go and get involved with people, okay? That's really, really important. My second point is going to be, make sure you take on what you're being taught, okay? You may think you know everything because you've just finished training and you've come fresh off course. Trust me, you know probably about 2% of what you actually need to know. Do not take things personally, okay? And this is what comes really into the communication side, but when it comes to learning your new trade, if someone's harping on you to get stuff done, you're not doing it quick enough, you're not doing it fast enough, you're not doing good enough, whatever it may be, they're doing it because they want to get you primarily ready for operational deployment. The field army is there to be deployed. They're not there to stay training for the rest of their lives. If you're a brigade, company, division, battalion, whatever it may be, the primary role is to eventually go on operational deployments that the government asks them to do. So you have to be that person who steps up to the mark, takes on as much information as they can so that you can follow on with the rest of the unit you're a part of to do the job properly. You don't want to be that individual who's just taking the sideline, not doing that 110% to take on all of that information and that training, and then when it comes to day one of actually having to go on deployment, you're the one actually causing more, stresses to the troops, or more incapability to the unit, mission than everyone else is. Don't be that person, okay? So take on as much information you can. Please, please, please ask questions. There is really no stupid question. There is stupid questions. Ask from experience of other people that are around you. You've got a ton of experience there, from the high ranks to the low ranks. You really need to ask around and say, I just don't get this. I'm not feeling it. It's not always going to happen straight away. It's going to take time for you to transition from a training routine to a reg force, to a full posting, because it's just a whole new world. You'll find that there's different mannerisms too. I know the units that I were posted to, certain ranks, they didn't even want you to call them by that rank, which was really good. But do not step out of line with that, okay? You need to be really careful. Always side on the edge of caution when it comes to that kind of thing. If you've only known this corporal, this sergeant, lance corporal, bombardier, whoever it may be, for like a couple of weeks, I would strongly suggest you continue calling them the rank they are, even if they ask you to call their first name when you're in a workday environment. Outside of work, if they're just saying, hey, call me my first name, then obviously that's what you want to do, and that's kind of touching base on the whole communication side of things. But just be careful with that. You don't want to slip up when a staff sergeant or a sergeant major's walking past, and you're like, hey, Joe, and it's like a sergeant, you're going to get your head ripped off. So be careful with that. Another thing is, don't make an image for yourself, okay? No one likes a show off. If you're really good at what you do, do not show it off, okay? Be humble in what you do. The Reg Force have been doing it for a very long time, especially the unit that you're probably going to be going to, and they know a lot more than you do, but you may think you know more than they do, and I trust you on this. Trust me on this that you don't. So please just be respectful. Even if you do know what you're doing, you're really good at it, be humble. Just take a step back and be like, I don't need to show this off. I don't need to toot my own horn here. Just do what you need to do your job. Next thing, look after those who are struggling, okay? You're not going to be the only one who's going to get that first posting coming into the unit. You need to be the one who steps up and looks after your fellow buddy and be like, okay, bud, you're having a hard time. I'm going to help you. That's something that all soldiers should be doing, not just people going into a first posting. But it's really important. It's also going to help that image for you and break down those barriers. Because if the unit you're going to is starting to see you looking after the troops below you or around you, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we want this guy, we want him in our group, we want him in our team, he's helping the others out. If you're just shunning off the others and trying to sneak in with the guys who are really good, it's not good. It's really not good. Please look after your fellow soldier, because that's the way it should be. We should all look after one another in the military, and no matter where you are, whether you're a veteran, serving, about to serve, look after one another. And that's going to be really important when going to your first unit, because there may be people who are having a hard time. And trust me, it will reciprocate to you later on. If you're having a hard time, that person who may be struggling back then will help you later on. So just something to think about. Really, they're the key points you want to think about for actually working your day-to-day work. Some other things you should really take into consideration is the local area, okay? Do not get reclused into the camp that you're in. Try and get involved with the local community, volunteering, go outside and go have some meals other than the cookhouse or the mess hall. Go check out the local, sports events. Do anything you can to get your mind out of that, oh my God, this is a brand new camp, brand new work environment. There is still other things out there than just the military. You have a civilian life too. Go out there, check it out. Check out the nightlife. And go meet people. It's not all about the military. You should really make sure you take some time to yourself, because when you're going to get to your first posting, you're not going to be as intensively pushed as you were at training, but you are going to be still overwhelmed with the amount of information that's trying to get put on board of you to try and keep up with the tempo of whatever that battalion, unit, whatever it may be, is trying to do. Remember, the primary goal and focus is to have that unit deploy, which means there's always going to be training, but take some time to yourself. Take a step out of the military machine mindset and just be like, hey, I just want to go watch a movie or go have a few drinks with the guys. Whatever it may be that cools you down and relaxes you, you should do it, because it's going to be a stressful time going through the first initial 6-7 months of your posting into your first unit. Another thing is, when you get your accommodation, look after it, okay? No one wants to be the individual when they first get to a unit who makes a really bad first impression by not cleaning up their room, cleaning up their equipment, breaking things, coming back from a night out from drinking, for instance, and you smash your room up accidentally. That's not what you want. Don't make that kind of image for yourself. Look after your equipment, look after your rooms, because you're probably going to pay for it out of your pocket anyway if you do ruin it and damage it and whatever else. Also, fitness is integral to any military force. When you get to your first posting, don't think that just because training is finished, you can just laze about, play video games, play gaming, or whatever it may be, or do whatever that is not physical fitness that causes you to be less fit. Because again, it's going to show up, the guys and the girls are going to be like, why is this person not keeping up with their fitness? They just think they can drop the ball now because they finished training. Do not do that. Keep your fitness up to the highest possible level, because again, the respect from the unit that you're going to be a part of is going to be high. They can be like, okay, this guy can do what he needs to do and help me out, or she, when the push comes to shove and we potentially go on an operational deployment. For most military units, fitness is so important, it's not even funny. And I know I harp on about fitness all the time, but it really is really key. So keep your fitness up, keep your fitness standards high, and again, help others around you who are having a tough time, because trust me on this, if you help them, later on they're going to help you. Another point, money. Money is one of those things that when you go to certain postings, you think, oh, I'm out of training, now I can just spend. No, okay, be careful with what you're doing with your money, okay? I had this problem really badly. I came out of training, I went to Germany, there was tax-free stuff, it was all really cheap stuff. A lot of opportunities to spend money, whether it be at the bar or traveling in Germany. There's all of Europe for you there. You could go on a train and go wherever you wanted. Went to Berlin, all over the place. But try your best not to do that. Save some money aside. You know, honestly, open a savings account. Put some cash away from the side. Don't go out and buy a brand new car or whatever. I mean, if you want to, you can, but just think about what you're doing in the future. You know, this could be your first posting, but you never know what can happen. Units can amalgamate. Bases can close, things can move. Don't settle all your roots into one place, put all your eggs in one basket. Be careful with your money, because things can change almost instantaneously in the army, and you do not want to be caught with financial troubles moving on to a potential new posting or new unit. And also, again, if you don't have the finances to function properly or stressing about money, it's going to affect you when you're first posting. And remember, first impressions. If you're worried about money all the time and stress, it's going to show up in your performance when you're trying to be a soldier. Your chain of command may be like, whoa, what's going on with this guy? You know, just be careful with your cash. And that's not saying, you know, if you already have financial problems, you know, you're going to have a tough time. Please go and seek help, seek guidance. And that brings me on to my final point. Always ask for help. You won't be on your own going into your first posting. There'll be many others probably joining you at the same time, or if not many, a few. And even if you are on your own going to that first unit, showing up to the gate with all your kit straight from training, be like, okay, I've got to go to this unit. I have no idea who anyone is or where to go. Just don't stress. Relax, ask for help. People are there to help you. Trust me, it's not going to be like training where you're getting shouted at, screamed at, maybe a little bit, but not as much. Now they know you're trained, they want to see you shine, they want to see you do what you need to do, you have all your qualifications, but you're still going to need guidance, you're still going to need help, so ask for it. Speak to people, tell them, hey look, I'm struggling, please can you help me? Like, it's going to make you and the soldiers around you a lot more effective as at what they want you to do. So that's really it. They're the main kind of points that I want to push out to you. Meshing with units is really important. You really need to kind of get out of that, oh, they're cliquey, they don't want to know me. Talk to them, involve yourself. Don't be that person who goes into recluse, okay? It's important to start meshing and bonding with the unit you're a part of. Take your time with it, don't force it, don't lie, be genuine. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things you've got to get involved with really, really quickly, because if you just let it go and you just show up to work every day as like this, you know, recluse gnome, and they're not going to want to welcome you in. You want to try and invest your time and, you know, your personality into the unit as best you can. Everybody has their own way of doing that. It's not really for me to say how to do it, but I gave you some advice and some ideas. You know, fitness is a really good one. Hang out at the gym, go for a couple of drinks after work, go see a movie, go for a walk, take your dog, I don't know, whatever it may be that you need to do to kind of mesh with the local unit. That's what you want to do. But remember, don't be fake, be genuine. You know, be the same person you've always been from training throughout. Don't force anything, because they'll see right through it. They're my points for today, folks. Hopefully you've learned a little bit from it. I'm going to be doing sort of more of these kind of videos, these advice videos as to those who want to go into the military, because so many people have been asking me lately on my Facebook, Discord, even on the channel, all these military questions that I could answer, but it's just, it would take me too long to type out in the comments section or on Facebook. So this is kind of the perfect avenue for just a little chat about it. If you have any more ideas or you have any more questions you have for me about going into the military or whatever it may be that you want to learn about, please let me know. I'll try my best to get round to them. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave me a like, and if you want to support my channel, go check out my Patreon page. It is in the link box below, and comment to let me know what you think of the video in general. Also, if you want to be notified of any upcoming videos, hit that bell button by the subscribe button so you can be notified. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and if you're going to your first posting, good luck. All the best. Bye-bye.